Welcome back to a spooky edition of 5-Minute Knives. Today we're going to talk about an overlooked gem, I believe, in the Kershaw line that you may want to look at. It's kind of a budget knife, but this is a pretty sweet knife sent in to me by buddy Josh Fields, longtime subscriber and ally to the channel, and we're going to get into it. But first, let's try to sell you guys one of my custom Kydex sheaths. And we're back. Okay, hopefully you guys bought many of my custom Kydex sheaths. Remember, you have to send me an email at dragonscalejoe@gmail.com to get your sheath made. And then you send in your knife to me and I will mold it and make a sheath. So today we're going to talk about this knife. This is the Kershaw CQC-4KXL, if you can remember all that. All right, I'll put it in the title. It's a little weird. Stamp number 6055D2. All right, if that helps you find it. This is in D2 steel. It has a black G10 scale here, and this is in collaboration with Emerson Designs. That's why you have the Emerson wave opener here, which I love. 3.9-inch blade. Feels like about 4.5 ounces. It's a little on the heavier side. They could have skeletonized out the liners just a little bit more, but there's your lockup. It's actually more than halfway. This is about a 60% lockup, which I don't hate. It's easy enough to get to. It's got thumb stud deployment, which isn't my favorite for rapid deployment, but it makes up for it with the Emerson wave. So when this is out of the pocket, you just kind of do one of these things and you use your knife. When it's in the pocket, the Emerson wave grabs onto the pocket and then opens this baby up. It opens with authority, sorry about that, but it opens well. I really like the grind on this guy. The shape of this blade is actually very appealing to me. I like this a lot. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because this was sent in by Josh Fields. He gifted it, which was very nice of him. I may put it to use and or give it to one of you guys. I don't know yet. But they retail for about 50 bucks. So not too pricey. Centering is okay. Not exactly perfect, as you can see. It's right in there. I wonder if I could show you. See? Little bit off, little bit cheated, but not enough to get me worked up. Cheated to the left just a little bit. There's your thumb ramp deployment. Really nice grip here. My medium large size mitts fit on this nicely. You do have a less than lethal option here. This would suck to get poked with. Punk. A good knife for tater digging. A good knife for everyday use. A little bit on the longer side blade wise depending on the laws in your area. That's the only thing. But I would actually like this knife for a lot of like work use, a lot of construction use. It's got a nice edge on it. That hollow grind gets real thin behind the edge right here. It's got a nice acute tip, very nice tip, clip point here, which I really like. I think this is a really nice knife, guys. And I never heard of it before Josh sent it in. So very cool knife. I like the Emerson wave opener on it. It's actually jimped on the top here, as you can see. Just smartly done. Almost reminds me of like a zero tolerance design. It feels like it in the hand. It's very solid. And I really like this ramp here. Gives you a lot of leverage on the push cut here. So really nice knife. I mean, kind of a wham bammer, I know, but at the same time, I think this knife is just awesome. No reinforcement on the lock bar here, but I don't think any is needed. It doesn't seem to have worn at all. Everything locks up really nice. Here's your clip. You're going to be poking out just a bit here. Okay, you got about 3/4 of an inch poking out. But the clip is nicely done. It just looks sharp. It's kind of tumbled on this side. And you got a nice G10 slab here that is very, very comfy, by the way. You can reverse the pocket clip to this side as well. You got a little lanyard hole right in there. Not bad. Just a pretty well thought out, nice knife. I never would have thought of this if Josh didn't send it in. I think it warrants a video because it is in the budget option and I'm tired of hearing about Civivi. Even though they have some great stuff. I mean, Kershaw still has some great stuff too. And this is one of them. So it's seen some use, not too bad. I could have probably cleaned it up before the video. Just a really nice knife, man. I don't know, just based on handling this, I was very surprised with this one. Of all the knives he sent in, this one really surprised me the most. And you guys know I'm actually a fan of D2 steel. I don't mind it. I know some people may turn their nose up at that, but D2 is a fine steel for a working knife. Has a really nice edge on it. Your Rockwell should be around 61 to 63, somewhere in there. You gotta watch out for chipping in cold weather. But other than that, I think this knife would be a great workhorse, a good self-defense option. Again, you'd have to check with your local laws, of course, but really, really cool. And that's about it, guys. It's just kind of a straightforward wham bammer, but at the same time, there's really not a lot to dissect on this one. It seems like a solid piece. Could be around 6 ounces, according to my grip here. Maybe a little less, a little on the heavier side, but I know a lot of people prefer some good weight in their working knives. And this would certainly be a working knife. I know hollow grind's not the best for that, but I could see this in a food prep roll. I could see this in a self-defense roll. I could see this as being a really good camping option. You know, throw this in the pocket, you're good to go. As soon as you pull it out of the pocket, she's open like so. A little hard to do with me hands, but works very well in the pocket. I assure you, I don't need to get an extra shot of that. Nice knife. Highly recommend, just based on handling it so far. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments if you've ever owned one of these and what you think. But thank you, Josh Fields, for sending it in. I think it's a nice piece. And actually, I don't think this would be a bad budget option if you could get away with carrying it. So that's all for me, and I'll see you guys next time on 5 Minute Knives.